Hello and welcome to This Is Metal Show. I'm Tom Collier. We got Jason J. Rock Houston here, and we got Leithal X. We have very special guest, FireRock music recording artist, the Spider Rockets. How you guys doing?
Great. We are Spider Rockets, and you are This is Metal Show.
Let's talk about your new single that just got released. What was it, last Friday, May 1st? Things are
Yeah,
going very well. I see lots of airplay. Talk about that.
Yeah.
we're psyched about it. It got released, was it last? Oh, the radio campaign started last Friday, but before that, like the week before, it got released. The video got released and the single got released the previous Friday. So yeah, super excited about it. Super excited. People are really, really liking the song, and we're excited about that. Yeah,
Getting a lot of views, which is awesome.
pretty awesome.
They
Excellent. Excellent. Fantastic. Jason, go ahead, buddy.
Okay, so I know the album's going to drop in a couple weeks. So, do you guys could give us a release date? And also, I was curious, talk a little bit about the making of the album. Were these all old songs that were laying around? Were they freshly written? Talk a little bit about how the album was made.
The album is dropping on May 23rd, which is super exciting. And we recorded it in two parts. So we always write new songs for stuff. We always write a bunch of songs,
Sure.
and then some get trashed along the way, and they never see the light of day again. They're in the big pile of crap in the ground somewhere, never to be seen again. So if they're trash, they're trash. They never resurface again. All right. So yeah, we came up with we started recording in Pennsylvania, actually, with Dan Malsh at Soundmind Recording. And we recorded 4 songs with him at that point. And we were like, okay, cool. And we kind of got the vibe of what we wanted to do with it and stuff. And we were like, all right, we got to get the rest of the songs together. But we didn't want to put ourselves on a timetable and say, hey, look, we got to get this done in a month.
Sure.
Everybody operates differently. That doesn't work for me. I know that, like, if I do that to myself, I come up with crap. Doesn't work. So basically we gave ourselves, we were like, all right, we got to come up with these next 6 songs. And we decided to go with a studio in New Jersey and a producer in New Jersey instead when we decided to record them. And it was kind of a different situation because the Soundmind place in Pennsylvania was this big complex, and the place in New Jersey was this little teeny place.
Right.
And it was like, yin and yang, totally different things. But it was cool because we got different experiences, but we also just honed in on our stuff really, really well at both places, and that was the bottom line. So we produced really good stuff at both places.
Wow.
Yeah, both producers, they're both amazing. What they do with engineering, recording, and stuff.
They came at things differently and stuff, but it came together really, really nicely, and we were so excited, at, with the process and stuff, because the process is always very important. It's like and stuff. So
Yeah, it's especially like working with Dan Malsh is, I mean, once again, so easy to work with recording and his ideas, and same with the other producer is Ben Karras. So I've recorded with him before, and I got all these guys. I told them about Ben, and it made sense because we were all here, like close. He's like probably 45 minutes north from where we are, about an hour. And he recorded everything, and he's just great. So easy to work with too.
Yeah, just really good like input and stuff. Some really good feedback and kind of like ideas and stuff. It was like really good. I mean, both of them were really fantastic.
Yeah, both producers are great.
Like he works with Ghost. He's worked with all kinds of. He's worked with Avenged
Gojira. He did Gojira. Avenged Sevenfold. He makes Fuel. He does a lot. He does a bunch of people. And he was a lot of fun because you could stay over at his studio. So he has a whole section, like he just beds and everything for bands.
Yeah.
So it's great. You go in and record, and you spend 7-8 hours, and then he has beds, his coffee, he's got anything you want, and then you stay overnight. So if we were recording, let's say a weekend, or
we stayed for a week.
Just stay for a whole week. Just stay over. So it's really, really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. So why don't you guys go around the room and introduce yourselves and tell us what you guys do in the band?
Sure.
My name is Helena. I am the singer.
I'm Dan Prestup. I'm the drummer.
I'm AJ, the bass player. I'm Johnny, guitar player.
Excellent. Great. Go ahead, Leithal. You got a question for him?
Well, yeah, I'm a video guy, so I was checking out the Dirty and Bad video, the lyric video you guys put out, and it's a really interesting concept. You have kind of like almost like a dancing robot, and I'm just like, okay, is that Helena or is that, whatever, and the spotlight's following and that type of thing. So it was kind of interesting. Whose concept was that, and how did you guys put that together?
Our manager actually,
Yeah.
it was his concept. Roman is like friggin' awesome when he comes up with stuff. So he came up with a concept. We started working on it, and it went through a couple of like different variations until it got to that. But basically, the concept is a lyric video. We wanted to make it fun though, and the dancer is the same dancer who's on the cover of our album.
Yeah.
So it's we just animated her a little bit and made her do some fun stuff and just video.
Yeah, it was a really fun thing to watch.
Yeah.
And it was cool because you had we had different people working on it like early on, and then we would get ideas, and then we kept going back and forth for a while.
Yeah.
I know you were going back and forth a while,
Yeah,
and then we finally found the person. Then we're like, this is it. This is the direction, and it came together. Like we're all really happy with it.
And then Roman jumped in again, and he was like, edit like this and whatever.
Yeah.
He always has really great ideas because he's in that kind of that kind of. That's
his thing with imagery and just like
he's just
placing stuff. He's really just good with all that stuff. Let's say he has really cool ideas all the time. So to get his input, it was great.
Yeah, so it's always really awesome to have that kind of
Excellent.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was just gonna say real quick too that it seems to be trending well in about a week and a half. You guys have done really well with that.
That's awesome to hear.
We're
we're excited.
We're excited that people are watching it, that people are liking it.
Yeah.
So cool. That's the only thing that because we make all this stuff. We create music that we love, right? And the idea is you want other people to love it. But you can't control that. You can just right. So you throw it out there, and hopefully other people respond.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a positive way to it as well.
Throw it to Jason. I did one. Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead.
Okay. Talk about the decision to work with two different producers, because I would imagine that could be quite challenging. Did each guy kind of handle a different set of songs, a different production duty?
Yeah, it was actually so we started with Dan Walsh. We were working with him, so we did a set of songs with him, did everything with him, and it was great. And then when it came time to do the another batch, it was just the timing because his schedule got really booked up he was doing. It could have been even Gorgier or one of those bands, but he was like when he was really heavy into mixing. So because we wanted to, it was just a timing schedule thing. So that's when I worked previously with this guy Ben Harris. So I'm like, I wonder what his availability is. And they never worked with him before until this is their first time, and then they loved working with him.
Yeah.
And he did everything, so it worked out great. It was really like a timing schedule thing because originally we were gonna use Dan Walsh again, and it was just like his time frame was just so booked up, which is great. Great for him. And he's really cool. He doesn't, he totally gets it if we have to do what we have to do.
I dig that, the show must go on kind of attitude. The fact that you didn't let anything get in your way. You know what? He's not available. We're just going to continue on making the album.
Yeah. And what's great about both of them, they're both flawless when it comes to the production end, and they take their time, and it's they're not like the type of people too that will here's however, let's say whatever the rate is. It sounds good enough. That they really want to make it great. So if they hear something, they'll say try this. They do it with everything from pre-production.
And that's what I really appreciate.
So it's great.
It's like sometimes you get things in your head sounding a certain way, and it's like, and somebody comes up, what about this or whatever, and you're like, oh wow, check that out. Let's check it out, because it adds a different flavor, a different feel to it, or whatever, or enhances it in a way that you didn't think about yourself. So it's it's such a great thing to have people who are talented like that.
They are,
And we were fortunate enough too, because Roman is friends with Brent Aarons from Flip. And he hooked up us with him, and we did a video call like this, and we were showing him some of our stuff, and he was giving his suggestions and ideas, and
Yeah, because
Yeah.
And
Brent's
he's
in
a great writer.
Minneapolis. So figure we're in Jersey, Brent's in Minneapolis. I think it's Minneapolis, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we were doing this like Zoom thing, and he would like do pre-production with us via Zoom. Actually, on Dirty and Bad was one of the ones that Bryn worked on.
Yeah.
And he was like, "All right, simplify. You gotta simplify this."
Yeah.
Yeah, we would change parts.
Too busy. Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Simplify.
But it was fun. We would have the screen up. We'd practice, like, no, try that again. He's like, nah, do the verse only once here, and then maybe do the chorus, do another chorus. And he's like, you know what? This should be a bridge here. So he had different, really cool ideas. So we would have practices with him, and then once we got the structure, we would record it. Yeah. And then we would just practice it that way. And then that's when we went into the studio to record it. So it's just very lucky to have all these, people just like so helpful.
Yeah.
And then when we got to the studio, it changed too a little bit.
Yeah,
it changed again. Yeah.
And we changed it some again.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's great getting all the inputs because that's what makes it.
It makes it better.
And that's the thing. We're all very open-minded. So
That's good.
we want to listen, and we want to our goal is to get the best product out.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it back to you, Tom.
Sure. So this album is recorded 2 different places, but where did you guys master it? Did you master it in one studio, or was half mastered one place, or was the whole thing mastered in the same place? And who did it for you?
So mastering was with Zach Ziskin in Florida. And Zach, we've worked with Zach before. He's mastered and mixed and mastered our stuff before. Zach is incredibly talented. Oh my God, so easy to work with too. And he gets it. So he got it, and we were like, all right, Zach, do your magic on this and throw it back at us, and we'll take a listen and see what we think and stuff. But he did such a good job. He always does he has such a great ear. So we've worked with him before, but he mixed and mastered the whole thing.
Nice, because that's important to me. The mastering, when you can put together great tracks and everything else, a good mix. But if you don't get it mastered correctly, and for you guys to be on the radio is important to have it mastered right too, and compressed correctly. So whoever did it did a fantastic job. That's what I was getting at. Definitely. So
always like, and he's such an easy guy to interact with and stuff too. So it's always our go-to.
And he's and Roman, actually, he's the one. Roman got us in touch with him in the beginning.
Yeah. Excellent. Having a relationship with someone like that's important. Very important, having a good relationship. But absolutely. Go ahead, Leithal X. You got a question for him? Maybe you want to ask him where they got the video done at. There's a story behind that. Why don't you ask?
I'm gonna go there. So where did that video get done at?
Where?
Yeah.
Oh God! All right. So, this is worldwide stuff, man. This is like all over the world. From I think Colombia. Yep. So we had some elements done in Colombia. We had some elements done in like Indonesia. God, it was like
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, of course. Yeah, Bangladesh. Yeah. So it was like freaking, and it's crazy because I was like looking at the time. I was like, okay, when is he awake? When is this, or the women who were working on the artwork too, because, we had different people, the album art, it was based on the album artwork, but we had to make it bigger for a video, right?
Sure.
So we had to make it, and then the storyboards
too
and everything. So it was like, it was like basically like It's a Small World, right? Disneyland.
Yeah. It was absolutely.
Yeah, and I know storyboarding is done a lot outside of the U.S. too. It seems to be.
Our guy, I think, the Middle East or something. The storyboard.
I think so. Yeah, from the Middle East.
Yeah.
And,
so it was
whatever the time difference was, 12 hours. Yeah. There was one that was something like 12 hours, 13 hours ahead.
It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd be jumping up and like, back, because.
And the language barrier is no fun either. Trying to translate everything.
A lot of these people that are doing this thank God they know English, because we don't know. We're stupid and we don't know another language like that.
What was it? Google Translate, that's it.
Oh yeah.
But I think some of them were just like freaking new English, and they probably knew like 5 other different languages too. It was it was pretty amazing. Yeah, it was really a really good experience, and these guys really worked hard on it and did such fantastic job.
They really did. Yeah, 100%.
So we're excited.
Yeah. So
But it
you had to
was-
blow your mascot basically up to be on screen. So did they do that to be like a 4K size, or did they do that to be, what size do you think they made that video at?
They, I think initially, well, the artwork, it was based on the artwork. So I think they made it to be 4K.
Yeah.
The idea was to make it as big, as big as possible, So basically, it was based on the artwork, and the artwork was saved at a very high resolution, was created and saved at a very high resolution. But then, like, there are certain elements that needed to be recreated.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, so all of those elements had to go to different artists because the original artist wasn't available anymore. So we had to find different artists to do those little elements, like the snake tongue, like whatever, the snake tongue, the feather coming out of the lady's head or whatever.
Right.
Snake wrapping around the leg, the whole
The
like,
eyes.
yeah.
The eyes. Yeah, that was very,
Yeah.
very cool. I like what they did with
So-
that.
Yeah, I
those
like
things-
that part of that video too. Thought that was cool.
Yeah.
We need to give her a name.
Tom,
What's her name?
There's no name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So I have a question for you guys. Why don't you talk about who did the artwork for you? Because that's great artwork. Whose concept idea was that? Talk a little bit about that for the album.
Yeah, so the artwork was done by a gentleman down in Colombia, actually. And he, but it was directed by Roman. So it was like, so the concept was Roman's concept. And we, we tweaked around with it. We're like, all right, so the idea was like, kind of like Lady Justice a little bit, but Lady Justice is a can-can dancer, right? That's the concept, all right? So it's like, all right, make it fun. So, but then we had to like put it together and work with the artist to create to fine tune and stuff. So the artist was out of Colombia, but Roman actually was directing the artwork. He was like, this, we need to do this. And then I would come in with some ideas too, but mainly it was his kind of like, his work that kind of fine tuned things.
Nice for you guys. But who came up with the concept of that? Was that Roman?
Yeah.
Roman did. Okay, great, excellent.
I think I actually had I
kind of started.
I
thought
started
it was you. Okay.
I started it, but it wasn't so impressive when I started. I think I had something like the Scales of Justice or something very serious and very boring. And then he was like, nah, Helena, Lady Justice, as a can dancer. I was like, what?
Yeah, he did that.
Nice. Jason, go ahead. You got a question for him?
Yeah, so have all these songs on the new album been performed live, or any of it haven't?
Are we going to perform them live?
I mean, are they all new songs? Like, have you not performed any of them live, or have some of them been played?
No, we're gonna, I think, include some of them in our set list. But I don't think, I think at least 3 of them in the set list, but not all of them, because we have like.
We played like Casual Violence live before, Monster live, but Dirty and Bad we haven't played.
Yep.
So we can't wait, honestly.
we're looking at
Yeah. Psych.
We've been practicing our asses off. So
Yeah.
we've been practicing and we're ready to go.
Yeah. We're really excited.
Yeah.
Now, take it away, Leithal X. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, so who's the lyricist? Is it everybody or just one person?
Helena is. Yeah.
Elena. So she does all the lyrics for it, and then you guys just kind of take her lyrics and run with them. Is that how it works?
Yeah, like we literally we get in here and jam and just come up. So John comes up with a riff, he comes up with the bass part, and we'll just
there'll be some
come up with our parts in here.
Yeah, there'll be some times where I'm late at night practicing whatever, because I practice at home too, and I'll come up with the riff in the middle of the night, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes if I stay up that late, I'll send it straight to John, and that's an idea that we're going to work on. So that's kind of sometimes how it starts.
Yeah, and it's fantastic because it's so good to have like different people coming up with different things within the band, because it's like you get different
inputs from
different
fields.
Different fields of stuff,
Which makes
like
better stuff.
it does. It makes it more so it isn't like same old. It's like always like different.
We actually have another new song that we already have pretty much the whole structure with now. I mean, we just out of an idea, like one of the practices, and now we have a bridge, chorus, everything. So then solo section. So yeah, we're already working on like
On the next
future,
album.
Future
stuff.
album.
Future. Yeah. To keep the want to get everything like just keep working, but like nonstop. We always work nonstop.
Yeah, you just
So-
released that as one single, you know, a brand new
Yeah.
single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
we're
back to you,
also
Tom.
rock fans. You know, that's the way it used to be done back in the day when we were growing up too. You know, you have a kick-ass new album of, you know, 10 great new tunes, and like some of my favorite bands growing up, they released like maybe 2 albums even a year. Just kind of depended on the band.
Yeah.
Incredible, right?
That's amazing.
Like that's so
Yeah.
prolific, right? To be
Yeah.
Like I was thinking back in the 70s, like of course one of my favorites, Kiss, released like 2-3 albums in 1 year or something. It's like,
It's incredible.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm like, wow, and they're touring
Yeah.
and writing at this. It must have been pretty
Yeah.
Nonstop.
nonstop.
Yeah.
Wow. We got to thank the Spider Rockets for coming on the show today. I can't believe it's that time to wrap up the show. You guys are, of course, welcome back here anytime, and we enjoyed having you on.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
That's always great. That's great. Thank you for having me.
Good having you
Thank you.
guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. And why don't you tell them where they can get some pre-sales real quick?
Okay. So pre-sales, we have been sending the Barnes and Noble link for that. We have it on our Facebook. We have it actually on our website. So if you want to get anything, go to our website first. The pre-sale link is right there, and you can just click on it and go. So
Excellent.
super excited.
What's the address for your website?
FireRockets.com.
There you go, guys. Thank you guys so much. We'll be talking soon. Great job, man. I'm very proud of you guys.
Awesome. Great
Kicking ass,
being
man.
on the show.
Spider Rockets. Go, guys.
We'll see you
Bye-bye.
guys soon.
Okay.
It's fun.
Thank you, man. All right, man. Thanks, guys.
Bye.